Tucker Carlson leaked a phone call between Jeff Zucker and Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was the one-time Trump fixer who got in trouble with medallions and loans, and they got him on some banking things. They tried to get him to rat on Trump. He really didn't. Did some time, got out early because of COVID, wrote a book. And now to promote his book, he's, releasing all these people that he recorded. And apparently the head of CNN, Jeff Zucker, offered Trump debate advice. He floated a weekly show on CNN, and he's heard in these tapes basically saying he'll give Trump a show and you can't win without CNN. Listen to this.
10th, 2016, that was the day of the final Republican primary debate. Cohen called Jeff Zucker on his cell phone. CNN was hosting the debate that night in Miami, and Cohen, who was working for Donald Trump at the time, wanted to check in about it. Well, Zucker almost immediately started bragging about himself, as he is wont to do. After a few pro forma words about their family, Zucker launched into an extended lecture about his own importance. Here's the thing, Zucker announced to Cohen. You cannot be elected president of the United States without CNN. Fox and MSNBC are irrelevant in electing a general election candidate. If you want to run the country, in other words, Jeff Zucker said, you've got to sniff my throne. It's not that CNN needs the help, he explained. Quote, we're killing it, we're doing great. But Donald Trump badly needs CNN. Quote, you guys have had great instincts, great guts, great understanding of everything, but you're missing the boat on how it works going forward. Oh, how it works going forward. Okay, Michael Cohen replies, why don't you email Donald Trump and tell him that? And at that point, for the first time in the conversation, Jeff Zucker pauses. It turns out that Jeff Zucker doesn't like to write things down. Sneaky people never do. So here's what he says next.
I'm very conscious of not putting too much in email. As you're a lawyer, as you understand, and and as fond as I am of the boss, he also has a tendency, if I call him or I email him, he then is capable of going out in his next rally and saying that we just talked. And I can't have that, if you know what I'm saying.
People would know I talked to Trump, and I can't have that, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we know what you're saying, Jeff Zucker. You're saying that secretly, when you think no one is watching, you are more than happy to play all sides.
Heard that? Here's the head of CNN. He says you can't win without CNN. Well, lo and behold, guess what happened? He won without CNN. Okay? So I liked the term that he used in there, Jeff Zucker. Sniffed my throne. If you're going to win this thing, you need to sniff my throne. Meaning like I'm the king. I'm the big honcho. I'm sitting on the throne of CNN. You got to come sniffing around my throne. Let me get a little scent on me. Wacko. Okay, well, there's CNN giving advice to Donald Trump and telling him how great he is, and that, everything that went to Michael Cohen pretty much went back to Trump. Nancy Pelosi got herself in a little hot water. I guess she starts explaining here. Explaining how to pull off some smears and scams and stuff. Check this out.
And then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
Unbelievable. That's her. She's just said it straight out. We start the smearage. Then all you lackeys out there, you write in the paper, and then what? Then we merchandise it. Now we take the crap we fed you, you turned it into a product, and then we used it as sourced information, as reported by the Washington Post. They're smear merchants. She's a slime merchant. She's been in Congress for 40 years. She's worth $150 million. She said what? It's a tactic. You're watching it right now in living color. It's a smear. They're merchandising. They can't merchandise Joe Biden. Who would buy a Joe Biden bobblehead? Anyway, sorry to flip out. Trump talking about, saying, oh, he's running out of money. Yeah, a low fundraising month last month. They asked him, well, what happens if you don't? He goes, I'll just put it out of my pocket like I did in 2016. So they're like trying to catch him, like, oh, you're behind. He goes, if we don't make it up, put it. How much will you put in? As much as we need. Whatever's necessary, we're going to win anyway. He just slams them. Slams them. You need whatever we need. How much money we need. But check them out.
Much more money than we had last time going into the last 2 months. But if we needed any more, I'd put it up personally, like I did in the primaries.
How much are you talking about putting into your campaign?
Whatever it takes. We have to win. This is the most important election in the history of our country. We have a radical left group going around. These people, there's something wrong with them. There really is. There's something wrong with them. And Joe doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the mental capability to control these people.
Guys just slaying them. No, we're not out of money. Well, it says you're if I'll just put it in. Well, how much you gonna put? Whatever we need. We have to win. It just has to go down. The guy's a beast. And if you're listening to counter-programming on every other channel, telling you how Trump lied to you, he said I'm downplaying it. I don't want to panic people. It's like yelling fire in a movie theater. And President's been lying to us dopes for the last 200 years. That's fact. We'll take a quick break, mix it up right after this.